Thank you very much. Hello, hi everyone. I'm very happy to be here today in Paris to talk with you about Web3 best practices in the Metaverses. So my name is Pablo. I stepped into the blockchain world in 2016 and into the NFT world in 2018 when I collected my first NFTs. And the same year, I joined Consensus. Consensus is one of the leading blockchain software company worldwide. We are building Web3 tools for you. So we are building, for example, Metamask, which is the most adopted wallet worldwide today. Do you have Metamask wallet in the audience? Who has a Metamask wallet? Cool. So I'm happy to see that you are using our products. We are also building Infura. Infura is a gateway to the Ethereum-compatible networks. Do we have any developers in the room? Okay, only a few developers. And at Consensus, I'm focusing on developing our NFT stack, so with Infura and with Metamask. And so far, with our product, we have helped our clients to issue more than 15 million NFTs, worth $1 billion in value, approximately. And today, my objective is to help you step into the NFT world with very concrete insights from the Web3 space and best practices to follow if you want to kickstart your NFT journey. So, as an introduction, I wanted to highlight that one of the main reasons the NFT market has been growing so fast last year is because of the native interoperability of the NFTs with the multiple pieces of their ecosystem. So for example, the minting engine to create the NFTs, the marketplaces to sell or trade the NFTs, the metaverses or the game to use or display the NFTs. And today, if we look at the numbers, we realize that most of these NFTs are living on the Ethereum blockchain or on Ethereum-compatible networks. So this is something really important to have in mind if you consider creating, issuing, or managing NFTs, because the main reason these NFTs are interoperable is because these NFTs are living on the same network, and only the network and the standards used on these networks are enabling natively, by default, the interoperability of the NFTs. So at Consensus, we were very active in the NFT space last year. Even if we are not an NFT pure player, we are like a software provider. We build Web3 tools, not only for NFTs, but also for DeFi, DAOs, and other Web3 use cases. And for example, we built an NFT dedicated network, which is called Palm, which is an Ethereum-compatible layer 2 sidechain, which is coming with high throughputs, low transaction fees, and reduce energy consumption. And on Palm today, we have like plenty of NFT collection. Most of them are related to art NFTs. We also drove one of the most successful NFT collection from last year, the currency with Damien Hirst, which was 5 times oversubscribed and which reached a market cap of approximately 600 million in less than 5 years, so it was quite a success. And finally, we are also active in the Metaverse space. For example, we released Futura and Other Beats, which is an NFT-dedicated generative music platform. And currently, we are also working on amazing projects. We dropped a few weeks ago the Viva Glam X Catering NFT dropped. And we also create, in partnership with the Nemesis, a Serie A, so Serie A is the football league in Italy, a Serie A loft. And this project was very interesting because it was the first time that a real football game was streamed in a metaverse environment. So indeed, fans, thanks to an NFT which was used as access token, so they were able to enter in the loft, so basically in the metaverse that we have designed for them, to enjoy the game in real time, but also to interact with the other fans. So for example, using the chat system or participating in some games. And at the end of the football games, they were able to interact with the other fans, to enjoy some exclusive NFTs and so on. So it was quite interesting for the football fans. So today, if you want to enter the NFT world, or if you want to enter the Metaverse world, you have to find the right balance between going very fast on the market, because there are plenty of players over there, but also between creating long-term value-added use cases for your audience, for your fans, for your end users. And if you want to go very quick on the market, you can rely and leverage already existing NFTs or mainstream open metaverses. But if you want to create a concrete competitive advantage, you better build and launch your own tools platform, leveraging some very low-level APIs that are available for you. And of course, in between, you have like hybrid solutions, which consist in simply building and integrating an NFT storefront, for example, on top of a white label platform. So based on my 5 to 6 years experience in the NFT space, I have identified some best practices to follow and to implement. And it all starts with the NFT issuers. So the first thing that you want to do if you create an NFT platform, a metaverse, is to secure the way the creator or the issuer are going to create the NFT. So your solution should be compatible with the most secure solution. So of course, the first one today is the non-custodial wallet or self-custodial wallet. We also talk about self-hosted wallet. Metamask is one of them. There are plenty of other wallets in the industry. You may want to integrate your solution also with external hardware security module. So some devices that some of you already have, such as Ledger or Trezor, for example. Or you can implement more sophisticated wallets, such as multi-sig wallets or MPCs. Or if you are institution, you may want to leverage external custodian provider, which has all the accreditation that you need in order to custody NFTs, for example, whatever the space where you want to, or whatever the use case for which you want to custody the NFT. The second step is about choosing the right blockchain network. So we already discussed this point earlier. Today, what enables the interoperability of your NFTs between multiple metaverses is the blockchain network on which these NFTs are living. So you have, from scratch, at the beginning of your journey, to select the best or the right blockchain network for your project or your use case. So today, of course, the mainnet, the Ethereum mainnet is, I would say, the default solution. But for good reasons, it's not always the good choice, mainly for sustainability reasons. So this is why you may consider alternative Ethereum-compatible networks, such as Polygon, for example, or others. The third point, the third best practices that you should consider is the standard that you are going to use in order to represent the NFTs that are going to live in your metaverse, for example. So today there are two widely used standards for NFTs, the ERC 721 and the ERC 1155. And every day I have some clients who are willing to implement, I would say, custom logic or custom feature into their smart contract, but they not always understand that if we implement this custom logic or this custom feature directly into the smart contract, it may prevent their smart contract to be interoperable with the wallet provider, with the marketplaces, or with the metaverses. So for example, we heard a lot in these industries about the royalties. We heard a lot about the soulbound tokens. And it's really important for you to have in mind that if you want to NFTs being interoperable between the multiple metaverses, you need to stick to the standards that are commonly used by the rest of the ecosystem. The first point that you have to have in mind is about the storage of the metadata and the digital files that are associated to your NFT. So when we talk about NFTs, we talk about blockchain, we talk about Web3, and the main philosophy behind is the decentralization. So we want to make sure that your NFT will remain over time and that nobody will be able to control, to remove the NFT metadatas or the digital file. So this is why you need to consider decentralized storage facilities instead of traditional centralized storage facilities. So here we have, for example, IPFS or Arweave, which are solutions that are commonly used on the market and which are a good solution for decentralized storage facilities. Then, when we consider the interaction with your audience, with your end users, you need to think about the way you are going to distribute and to manage the distribution of your NFTs with your audience, with your end users. And here we have plenty of examples. We have heard of example very, very recently, which with distribution mechanism, which were really frustrating for end users when it was coming, for example, to the gas fees or the way the end user collect their NFTs on their wallet and so on. So here you need to be very careful on how you are going to distribute your NFT. So whether you consider airdrops, lazy minting, whitelist, direct distribution, or other distribution mechanism. And finally, it's probably the most important part, is how your community, your audience, your fan, your end user are going to custody and to manage the NFTs that you have dropped them. And of course, one of the main factors you should consider is, are they going to control? Are they going to be able to manage their NFT? And if so, you need definitely to integrate your solution with a non-custodial wallet approach rather than a custodial wallet approach. If you don't enable your end user to manage your NFT with a non-custodial wallet, you cannot say that you are building a Web3 use case. So maybe sometimes it's good like to onboard your community, to start with custodial wallets that are provided by your platform, but at some point, if you want to embrace the philosophy of the Web3, you need to enable your end user to manage their NFTs on non-custodial wallets. And then if you want to go further, you can also integrate with more sophisticated wallet solutions, such as hardware wallets, multi-sig wallets, and so on. So at Consensus, we are providing you with a 360-degree stack to manage your NFTs in the metaverse, basically. So on the one hand, we provide developer tools, so for any Web2 or Web3 developers to build their own NFT or metaverse use case. And on the other hand, with Metamask, for the collectors, for the players, basically for the retail users, in order to collect their NFTs, trade their NFTs, display their NFT in the metaverse, or play with their NFT in some games. So what is Infura? Infura is a gateway to the most used Ethereum-compatible networks. So it's basically a developer platform that can be used by any Web2 and Web3 developers in order to accelerate and to secure the implementation of your own NFT tool, NFT platform, or metaverse tool or metaverse platform. So with Infura, you can display NFTs and you can mint NFTs with ready-to-use APIs on almost all EVM-compatible networks, such as, for example, the Ethereum network, mainnet, or Polygon, and some others. So as a developer, the experience is quite straightforward. What you have to do is first configure your NFT collection, for example. Then you have to deploy it on the network that you have chosen. Once you have deployed your NFT smart contract, you have to mint the NFTs. And here you will be able to leverage our NFT smart contract library that is based on the standard we have mentioned so far, compatible with the rest of the ecosystem. And of course, the smart contract from the smart contract library are secured because they are audited. Then you will be able to manage your NFTs, so basically to distribute them, to sell them. And at the end of the day, the NFTs, so you will be able to read and to display all the information from your NFTs, so the digital files, the metadata, and so on. So I will not deep dive the process because I think we don't have many developers in the room. But What's important today is that with Infura, you can very easily start a proof of concept, but Infura is a tool for production. So if you want to move into the production stage, then you can basically leverage on our enterprise-grade SLAs, which is quite important for you when moving into production. So Metamask. So I saw that most of you in the room, you already have Metamask. But let me just describe very quickly what is Metamask. So Metamask is a wallet for the Web3, for the decentralized web. And it's a non-custodial wallet, so this is really important. You own and you manage your private key, so it means that nobody can control your assets, nobody can control your crypto or your NFTs ahead of you. And it enables you to create one or several accounts. It enables you to buy, access, and transfer cryptocurrencies really, very easily with a lot of on-ramp features. Such as, for example, Apple Pay or credit cards. When it comes to NFTs, it enables you to collect NFTs on the most adopted NFT marketplaces. So today, if you go on any NFT marketplace, Metamask is the default wallet. And it also enables you to export these NFTs on the metaverses that you all know. But this is not, but Metamask enables you a lot of other stuff. So it enables you to sign any kind of transaction and to send it to the blockchain networks that are supported by Metamask. So more than 30 or 40 blockchain networks. And it enables you to interact with any dApps. So basically any use cases that have been implemented and deployed on a blockchain network. So Metamask exists as a wallet browser plugin, but also as a mobile app. And today, the user experience is better on the mobile app when it comes to NFTs. So today, we talk a lot about the bear market when it comes to NFT. And as a builder, I think it's very important to take the time to take a step back. And to consider and to look at what are the opportunities, what are the missing pieces of the NFT ecosystem. And today, what is missing in the NFT space is first bridges. We are talking about a lot of different blockchains. We are talking about Ethereum, we are talking about Tezos, we are talking about Solana. But at the end of the day, it's really frustrating for an end user to have NFTs living on multiple blockchain networks and not to be able to move these NFTs from one network to another. Some metaverses are currently being built on Ethereum, others on Polygon, others on Solana. And what the end user needs is bridges in order to be able to move these assets from one network to another and to leverage them. So basically, this is one of the most important promise of the Web3. Then we just discussed this during the previous panel, but we need DAOs in order to incentivize NFTs owner to keep their NFTs and not only to speculate with their NFTs. This is really important to move from the speculation stage to the utility stage of the NFTs, and DAO will be a catalyzer for that. And we also need to leverage for NFTs some DeFi primitive that most of you already know because these are concepts that already exist in the DeFi space. But we may envision, for example, to be able to lend or borrow an NFT in a metaverse. We may envision as well, for example, to be able to swap NFTs or to collateralize the NFTs in some specific games. And today we don't have any tools to do that. We don't have any tools to really leverage and use our NFTs in the metaverse. And this is what we need to build together in the community. Thank you very much for your time, and don't hesitate to stay in touch.
I think we have maybe time for one question.
Okay.
Anybody? Questions?